Claudine is probably the best placed person to break you out of your shell and to show you a new direction in terms of like what you are capable of achieving. So yeah, I highly recommend working with her. And if you do have the opportunity, jump in with both feet.
Comedy and improv also makes you a better presenter, better speaker, a better listener. I think it makes you a better human altogether. And I think I'm a miserable human without it for so long.
Like love isn't always a big thing that is spoken about when it comes to entrepreneurs and managerial things and go-getters and all that stuff. But love is possibly Claudine's biggest quality. She's got so much love in everything she does, and a high skill, high aptitude for improv, and there's this care in her heart where she cares about others. So some people in the performance world, it's a tough game, and so you tend to focus on where you're at, where she has enough heart to climb out of her own skin and to really care about where you're at and walk the journey with you. Hey man, she's gonna give you super skills. It's going to be a wonderful journey. It's gonna kick ass, and you're going to grow as a performer. If you're not a performer, you're going to learn skills. You're going to become a performer. You're going to learn great improv skills with Claudine. I highly recommend her. She's awesome.
A lot of confidence. Like it's brought out a lot of the characteristics that have always been deep inside of me.
That has been my journey from a timid engineer, hiding behind the scenes and just simply looking at life through the camera, through the viewfinder, I should say. And instead, I get to tell my story in front of the camera and help other people tell their story as well. So thank you, Claudine.
It was a really amazing time where I learned really the art of speaking, of making sure that whatever is going on in my mind is finding a clear way and making it to my audience. It didn't matter who I was speaking to or why. Claudine was always in our corner, helping us understand that improv is an amazing way to be open as a creative, and then even as someone outside of the creative space, improv is a way for you to generate new and exciting ideas. It's a way to come out of the shell of a corporate space and really find fun again in living. I'm so glad that I was able to work with Claudine. She has really helped me grow as a performer and as a person, and I can guarantee that she can definitely do that for you.
Before I logged on, I literally couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe, and the person I was an hour and a bit ago and the person I am now is two different people. I'm more relaxed. I am feeling more confident. I feel like you've literally changed my life, because I've been sitting on top of a proposal for 4 years because I was scared I'm going to fail. I'm failing because I'm not even trying. So it's showing me that it's okay to fail. So what if I tried and it doesn't work out, but at least I would have tried. I'm really so thankful for you, for this.
Well,
You've changed my life, really, and I hope I can continue with it.
Comedy. Is it difficult? Yes, very. But you know what else is difficult? Making characters in your commercials sound like actual human beings, not just like mouthpieces. With Claudine's improv training, what I was able to do is come up with something that was a little bit more funny and had a little bit more character to it, so it wasn't just people mouthpiecing about the product, but rather sounding like actual human beings that talked about something they really enjoyed or cared about. So, if this is something that interests you, you should talk to Claudine. Literally, she's right there. National treasure. Available to you. Contact her.
Claudine Ullman is an incredible coach. She has such a wonderful energy, and she's really able to guide you safely and joyfully through any process. I have always enjoyed working with her and recommend her wholeheartedly.
I was very impressed. I was very just like, wow, this works. This is brilliant. I think if you want to engage and really muscle in with the framework, then you need to do an in-person. You need to do a 3 days.
So I'm compliance manager, headed up a trade surveillance team within a Japanese investment bank. Before it was really difficult speaking in front of executives and trying to get something that sounded like what I needed to say, what I knew in my head, out to and communicate to those people that were needing the value of what I had to say. And so that was me beforehand, and I really struggled with that.
and being able to sort of, if you like, be starstruck in front of these types of people. Not thinking I had anything of value to say, but the reality was very different. Really realizing I actually had something to offer that group really made a difference to me and gave me huge amounts of confidence. And sort of since that, like, it really has this the course that I did really has revolutionized the way that I've been able to communicate and speak to those more senior than me. Like, I don't have, there's a little voice there beforehand saying, but that says, you've got to make sure that you're well prepared. You've got to make sure that, you've got something to say. But then when I'm actually in the room, there's less of that voice saying, oh, you hear, like, being starstruck, that starstruck voice that's basically freezing me and not allowing me to function and get what I need to get out. And so now I've just that's just totally been revolutionized, really. And actually, soon after the improv course, I actually gave a presentation. So that one of the senior execs in my field said, Scott, we need you to do a presentation. And it was something that my level of management would give over the previous 3 or 4 years I'd been there. And I always felt to myself, there's no way if they ever asked me that I'm actually going to do it. And I had actually, the head of my whole department had actually asked me to do one. And I said, no, let me think about it. And I never got back to him. But this time, there was really no getting away with it. It's like, I had to do it. And anyway, it was in front of 150 people, and it actually went amazingly well. And so many people came on afterwards and said, wow, that was unbelievable. We never knew you could do that. So many people, like, privately saying it was just so interesting what you had to say. Just makes you realize that, there's this voice in your head that sometimes you just need to switch off because it really doesn't matter. Care about you, be yourself, and this course gave me that sort of self-confidence, helped give me that additional self-confidence that I believe I needed at that time. Yeah, I would 100% recommend it. It really is something that you would not normally associate with doing this type of improv to, like, improve your overall sense of worth and being able to present to lots of people and talk to lots of people. But one thing it does do is it really prepares you and enables you to be able to do that. So I would 100% really recommend it, and it really has improved things for myself. Just in not just in work, but just in life and in general, like being prepared to, like, risk everything, like not to care so much what people think, what people have to say about you. Being like just trying to be more funny and jokey, and even if it doesn't go down well, it's great. You just laugh at yourself and think, don't take it too seriously. So just things like that, it's worthwhile doing.
Like, improv has helped me a lot with just life stuff, getting to know people, and is essential really just for life. Yeah. When you fall hard, it sucks and it hurts, but there's always more. There's always, if you're open to it. And so I think that's what I learned, especially from the jittery days, because we would have some horrendous moments on stage where you feel like, what's going on? But the beauty of that was, like, among other things, listening and being open and being brave and being, all of those things kind of really speak to what you need, I think, when you're immigrating and in life in general. Like, you just have to kind of survive and thrive. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no other option. So there are many times where I felt like, or that there was a lot of rejection. But I think because of my training in improv, there definitely was, with every single meeting, I was never desperate. It just takes the desperation out of the thing, You almost are able to present your better and higher self when you are, when you're in a space of whatever, I don't care, this is me, and take it or leave it. Do you know what I'm saying? You just develop the thick skin I'm talking about. You develop this confidence, and that's contagious. You know, I think people like that and they want to be a part of that. And I think that's eventually how I got, you know, I was able to, you know, I didn't spend that long. I saw a lot of people, but like in the matter of like 2 weeks, I had an agent, and stuff that I learned through Jittery, through my you know, my experiences improving. And, you know, I think at the core is being fearless. It's just going, well, what's the worst that can actually happen? And improv absolutely helps you get there because you're unhinged. You know, you're literally just, there are rules, but you are kind of free to, you know, you can go right to the boundary if you need to, you know what I'm saying? And that I think improv has helped me a lot with. I feel like the very essence of improv really allows you to not step out of yourself, but step to your highest self, because you are then open to whatever possibilities, you're open to more possibilities, should I say. So I feel like being in a situation where you are now improvising, you are going, that's who I want to be. You know what I'm saying? And you're going, I'm going to be that guy. I'm open and I'm here and I'm listening and I'm not holding back. If something, if you say something, I'm going to respond honestly. I'm not going to plan, you know, and that when you do that, I think you're being authentic and you're operating from your higher self. Have a profession in entertainment, you absolutely have to do an improv class. I think that is necessary. It's not, jittery. And I think I found that out when I started doing improv in Atlanta, because jittery was always so very, like, I felt like of all the troops that I'd worked with, jittery was super, like, professional. And, like, at times I was just, like, very, like, why is it this, like, you know what I mean? And then when I went outside and I saw, like, people have classes and it's like, and then you move up and I could see that this isn't just like a fickle thing. It was really like, this is a tool that can not only improve your acting, but how you operate in the world, and it is super necessary. So whatever it is, if you're in business, you're wherever, I think these are super essential tools for life that I've learned and that I continue to kind of explore and try to learn.